and welcome to ISTV English News. I'm Dhanya. Let's take a look at the top stories first. 14th death anniversary of Lamyanba Arambam Samarendra held widely in state. And rift between two groups of state Trinamool Congress widens as Joy Kishan expels MLA Shyamkumar from party for 6 years. The news in detail. The 14th death anniversary of Arambam Samarendra was held at the complex of Social Standard Club Kurai Nandaibam Lekai, where he breathed his last. A large number of people offered floral tributes to the photo of the late leader during the observance, which was jointly organized by the managing trustee Arambam Samarendra Trust and the Social Standard Club. Scholar from Malaysia, Professor Kamarul Jaman Askandar, father of social workers T.H. Iboyaima, Dr. Arambam Lokendra, Ima Ramani, President of Social Standard Club Salam Biren, and many other well-known personalities, leaders of civil society organizations, writers, cultural activists, etc. attended the observance. The unforgettably popular song Chai Kre Ima Nangi Laubukta, written by late Arambam Samarendra, was presented by Decoy Music Group on the occasion. Member of the Social Standard Club, Salam Samungau, related the events of the day during which Arambam Samarendra fell to the bullets of an assassin. It may be recalled that Arambam Samarendra was shot dead while he was participating in a discussion to uplift the status of women at the complex of the Social Standard Club on June 10 in 2000.
Rajen Tojambagi paper parakpa Loshalakadaba Ayuki Pung Taraga Minute Nipu Manga Shimaktada Aikogi Sakangdaba Angang Amatsang Aga Wazada Nomaina Kapa Madagi Haiban Simatada Solising Aniga Tang Tara Simaktada Aikogi Jungi Tang Tara Simaktada Wazagi Aroiba Hibado Kurai Nadamalai Sosen as Tender Kalab Asigi Lampaksida Oikre Zana Paidagi Pamjaramadi Manipur the lady ba Imai Ben Nupi Mayam Punamakse Saukatpa Mama Gyan Taragadi Macha Gyan Tagani Mama Paragadi Macha Pagani Haidana Nupi Bu Hantana Yengba Nupi Bu Aikoina Pajindana Sakungi Mesiloina Angang Poknabagi Mesiloina Lowese Masi Tadoga Asoba Samaziki Tabap Tawashda Nupi ne Hena Taudang Logadabani Akang Kanbani Haidana Matam Punamakta Nupi Shimu Wazana Yana the Wugal Loinana Awang Watakta Pukatsaning was Higi Wakanje was other Lerami.
The rift between the two groups of state Trinamool Congress, one led by MLA KH Joy Kishan and supported by 4 MLAs, and the other led by MLA Shyamkumar, is increasingly widening. After MLA Shyamkumar, who has been appointed president by National Secretary of All India Trinamool Congress Derek O'Brien recently announced the suspension of 3 MLAs including Joy Kishan from the primary membership of the Trinamool Congress, MLA Joy Kishan, who has been elected president of the party at a general body meeting, has hit back, declaring that MLA Shyamkumar has been expelled from the party for 6 years. MLA Joy Kishan made this announcement at a press meet held at the quarter of MLA Kunjo today. He said, since MLA Shyamkumar has indulged in activities that might affect the image of the party and finally harm its organizational structure, the executive committee of the party took the decision of expelling him from the party. 3 MLAs of the party, Bishwajit, Sharad and Kunjo, also took part in the press meet. Joy Kishan further said, a man who doesn't know the rules of the party but wants to become the president by himself suspending 3 MLAs from the primary membership of the party and issuing show cause notice to others is illogical. There is not a single MLA behind Shyamkumar and there is not a single member of the executive committee on his side. The so-called executive committee formed by himself is only for a few people who are with him. A letter will be sent to the Assembly Speaker regarding the termination of Shyamkumar's membership from the party, MLA Joy Kishan said.
Masi mathandagini haiba mathanda oiningba rule policy khangdaba hojilai riba Trinamool state party ne haiba khangdaba pandab khangdaba mongda yamna mayamda lanba honbasina akoina magi oriba anti party activities aduga lairiba koi party sogat pada sangjalakpa khongjang sida Mayamna party Sakapuna party to our single Podagi, Mark Labasida, party the Sakupre the party the Kai or Kadavana, Disciplinary Action Committee, Nakuna Kanara Matunda, executive committee, Indosaraga, Mashi the game Chaitaruse, Trinamool AITC Manipur koi markshi tanthoe.
Thangjam Yaifaba, who was a reporter of the popular Manipuri daily Naharolgi Thaudang for a long time and also was a member of the standing committee of the All Manipur Working Journalists Union, has suddenly passed away last night due to an illness. He was 37 and is survived by his wife, a son and a daughter. Yaifaba was staying at the quarter of the Tasar Farm Research Centre, Mantripukri. His mortal remains were brought to the Manipur Press Club today, where the media fraternity and other well-wishers paid respects to the departed soul by offering floral tributes. President of AMJU, Wangkhemcha Shyamjai, members of the Standing Committee of AMJU, journalists of print and electronic media, Parliamentary Secretary K. Meghachandra, Parliamentary Secretary M. Prithviraj, MLA of Haingang Assembly Constituency N. Biren, MLA of Thangmaiban Assembly Constituency K.H. Joykishan, President of Manipur Olympic Association and ex-MLA Bijoy Koijam and many others attended the ceremony. A 2-minute silence was also observed in honor of the departed soul. Later, the mortal remains of the journalist were taken away from the premises of the Manipur Press Club for the last rites. Moving on to some national and international news now. A Pakistani spokesman says militants have attacked a security training facility at the Karachi airport and that a firefight is underway with the attackers. The attack comes after an all-night siege at the airport by the Taliban left 37 dead. Heavy firing was reported at the Airport Security Force ASF Camp No. 2 situated near the Jinnah International Airport, Dawn News reported. Ghulam Abbas Memon, a spokesman for the ASF, said gunmen tried to enter the facility from 2 different entrances, but the security forces were fighting them back. Memon says he doesn't have any details on the number of attackers or possible casualties. However, Pakistani television channels are reporting about 4 to 5 gunmen are involved in the attack. Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan (TTP) has claimed responsibility for today's attack. The site of the attack is located at the entrance of an ASF camp some 500 meters away from the main airport premises. The assault came as Pakistan launched airstrikes on a militant-infested tribal district, killing 15 people in apparent retaliation for the Monday assault. Congress President Sonia Gandhi will host a lunch for UPA lawmakers today, the first such occasion to interact with them after the worst electoral debacle of the party and the alliance it leads. On Monday, Mrs. Gandhi held a strategy session with party leaders in Parliament ahead of the 2-day debate in Parliament on the motion of thanks to the President for his address. The deliberations took place at a time when there is no final word on leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha. Sources have told NDTV that Speaker Sumitra Mahajan has decided in consultation with the government after taking into account past practices and precedents that the 16th Lok Sabha will not have a leader of the opposition. Congress leader in the Lok Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, and the party's leader in the Rajya Sabha, Ghulam Nabi Azad, attended the strategy meeting yesterday. Mr. Kharge and Mr. Azad will be the party's first speakers, while deputy leaders from Lok Sabha, Amarinder Singh, and Rajya Sabha, Anand Sharma, will be other key speakers from the party. Rajiv Pratap Rudy, senior BJP leader, said in Parliament today that his party, which won a spectacular victory in the national election, will listen to all MPs, will take along everyone. Our Prime Minister has a big heart. Rudy's comments came as Parliament began discussing the roadmap of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's new government, which was outlined in President Pranab Mukherjee's speech yesterday to both houses of Parliament. Sonia ji, if you offer comments, we will listen to them. but we will not govern India the way your party did, Rudy said, addressing Congress President Sonia Gandhi, who was present in the Lok Sabha. He also highlighted the decimation of the Congress in the national election. The party was saddled with its worst defeat ever. The Congress has just 44 seats. It has been reduced to a regional party. It is not entitled to the post of leader of the opposition, Mr. Rudy said. The Himachal Pradesh High Court has intervened and asked the state government to file a report by Monday on its investigation into the tragedy. Going by the content of news items, it is a sad tale that sheer fun of young students turned fatal as a consequence of utter and careless negligence of power project authorities, said a judge. The court said that in case the water was discharged without any warning as alleged, then prima facie it is established that it is not only a case of carelessness but a case of grave negligence. The students were from an engineering college in Hyderabad. They were standing on the Bias River's edge on Sunday evening taking photographs when they were hit by a torrent of water. The bodies of 4 students were flown home to Hyderabad last night. 19 students and 1 tour guide are still missing. 2 days after the Manali dam tragedy, the Telangana government has said that it is planning legal action against the Himachal Pradesh Dam Authority as well as the college the students who drowned in the tragedy belonged to. Telangana Home Minister Narasimha Reddy said the Telangana government will take legal action against the Himachal Pradesh Dam Authority for criminal negligence leading to the loss of innocent lives and the college authorities for taking students for a picnic by saying it was an industrial training tour. So far, 5 bodies have been recovered and have reached Hyderabad, while 21 people including 1 tour guide are still missing after they were washed away by water released from the Larji Dam in the Bias River. The Himachal Pradesh High Court has taken suo motu cognizance of the tragedy and has asked for a report in 6 days from the state government. The Ministry of Home Affairs has recommended a Central Bureau of Investigation probe into the death of Union Minister Gopinath Munde in an accident in Delhi. This comes after Union Minister Nitin Gadkari and Maharashtra BJP leader Devendra Fadnavis met Home Minister Rajnath Singh on Tuesday, demanding a CBI probe into Munde's death. Munde died due to shock and a hemorrhage following injuries to his neck and liver in a road accident in Delhi on June 3rd. Earlier last week, Maharashtra BJP leader Pandurang Phundkar had sparked off a row by claiming that Munde wanted to leave the party at one point of time as he was allegedly being humiliated by other party members. Phundkar had also sought a CBI probe into Munde's death.
My name is Myron Valentina. I handak AIPMT Parakhada fresher in a Pavang Amzarapasi Yamna Aristes the Gihona, Class 11 the Gihona, Comet Gi Ola Sing the Pibirapa guidance than the Hanakanze.
I'm Sri Devi Lashram. Aina AIPMT the fresher ama in a Kanbasi, Comet Oda Singi, Yam Tuanba, uniqueness in a Nambanina Kali.
Manipur ki oiba handak AIPMT 2014 gi aina top jabani.
I secured rank 2 in AIPMT 2014. I'm a student of Combat Regular Course.
Ahama tak credit che ai gi laigidraba pabung anduga ai nuksijarba ima amadi Comet ki oja sing da pijani.
The intimate relationship between the teachers and the students.
They are just like my parents.
Whenever you feel like you can't do anything, your teachers pull you up through all that.
Emotionally attached to badana I want something support peer confidence la I want the exam the my park ngambani haibagi I want the inner instinct ama tholaga.
I'd like to recommend Comet to all my juniors.
Comet I personally I recommend to banatna isa feel to biraga isa dream do realize to.
Adong koi phambiyo ai sak thong laga lake
Thagachari cha tha taruk sure jum ki chak cha daba
Sir chak ban bada ai di chak lamsil lakle ai di yung gi chana thong ba yam ningsing lakle aseng ba chana thong ba
sambar su yung ningsing lakle sir
Lawbiyu mahau khudi maki aseng ba magul nal pa mashala lam gi mahau lamdam sida
Russia launched military maneuvers on its westernmost edge today, a day after NATO began war games near the Russian border that Moscow labelled an act of aggression amid simmering east-west tensions over Ukraine. The Russian Defense Ministry said military drills involving the Baltic Sea Fleet, the Air Force and paratroopers were underway in Kaliningrad, a Russian exclave sandwiched between EU and NATO members Poland and Lithuania. And now let's take a look at the top stories once again. 14th death anniversary of Lamyanba Arambam Samarendra held widely in state. And rift between two groups of state Trinamool Congress widens as Joy Kishan expels MLA Shyamkumar from party for 6 years. Thanks for joining us. Do keep watching ISTV News.